You isn't it?
Hello and welcome to All About the Gers. It's myself, Ricki Neill, joined with Derek Ferguson and Charlie Miller. Thank you to all of our sponsors. We've got Avia Signs, Mr. Signs India, DB Dental Care, the Loudon Tavern at Ibrox, and also Plugged In Business Solutions. How you doing, Charlie? You all right,
I'm good. I made it in the day. You see that, Ricky?
Aye, see.
Very professional, Charles. Very professional. I've got two grandchildren, well, three that I'm trying to look after at the moment. They're at the back, so
I'm assuming Carol's watching them, you mean?
No, I watched them, by the way. We had a great day yesterday. Charlie Row. Get yourself, you're on about the Lat Call area, get yourself down to Charlie Row Park. Brilliant, by the way.
It's nice down there, isn't it?
Beautiful.
They've normally got a wee mark on in Sunday.
Ricky, I've got this in my doorstep. You've got Strathy Park, but you've got Charlie Row, which is even nearer, so aye. A beautiful part of the country, got to say.
You'd give them a few cans of Tennant's?
No. No, when you're watching the Wains, I'm afraid. I'm just high in life, apart from when I watch the Rangers.
Aye, right, well,
yes.
We'll get this football chat out the way so you can go and play Barbies and that after this.
Oh, by the way, I'm into that. Listen, I'll do all that stuff. I've had boys all my days, haven't I? Obviously. So all my grandchildren are all girls, so listen, a new lease of life for me. I love it.
I'm Craig Tara the day with a granddaughter as well.
Craig Tara, magic, by the way. How good's that down there?
Oh, beautiful down the other day as well.
Good stuff. Brilliant.
Right. So, Rangers against Alloa. There was 10 changes to the squad made. So the starting 11 was Kelly, Aarons, Dejiga, Fernandez, Cortez, Roswell, Rice, Bajrami, Dowell, Moore and Danilo. What did you think of that team, Charlie?
Well, I think he has to give some of the boys a chance. He has to freshen up a wee bit. Some of the performances haven't been great, as we've all seen. And yesterday wasn't much better either. Yesterday was a struggle against Alloa, who went at 3-2. I thought they're going to score an equaliser here. I really thought they were going to score. But it's hard when you've not played. I understand that myself. When you've not played for a while and then you get a chance and everybody expects you to do this and do that, and sometimes you're just not at it match fitness wise, and that's the truth. That's what happens when you've not been playing. But a wee boy Moore looked decent in the first half. He looked sharp, lively. So, we're through, which is the most important thing. But performances have to really pick up.
I mean, I was in the Loudon Tavern yesterday. I was recording the latest episode of the Fans View, and a lot of the fans are still really, really annoyed at the start of the season. You know. I've actually got one of the fans, Big Davy Fleming. He's going to come on in about 10 minutes just to have a wee rant, I think, you know. So we'll give him his 5 minutes of space.
Can I have
you
a
go
rant
for it.
before
You
it
go
comes
for
on?
it. Aye.
Let me have it. But by the way, it was an absolute shambles defensively. Wasn't it? Absolute shocking. There's a few things that's kind of... Listen, again, it's a Saturday night that's been spoiled by a performance, by a group of guys that are underachieving. The one thing I'm going to say, young Bailey Rice as well, when I saw him on the team sheet, I went, yeah, beauty, that's great. Give the boy an opportunity to go and flourish and show what he's all about. And where is he playing? He's playing at fullback, left back. What is that all about, by the way? Listen, see what you do. Hopefully Charlie will back me up on this. Hiya, you let him play centre mid. You put one of the more experienced boys into a left back or a right back or a defensive role. Give the boy an opportunity, let him flourish, and I was absolutely gobsmacked with that. But defensively, we're in absolute shambles. So we are no way should and I've watched Alloa once this season, and they're all right, but they shouldn't be scoring 2 goals at Ibrox. That should have been more comfortable. The fans should have been going away Saturday night with a wee spring in their step, but yet again, there's a lot of questions to be answered. So I think it was a tough watch. So it was.
Aye. Charlie, like, the manager's saying obviously made the 10 changes, and some of them he has to make because it looks like Jeffrey's going to be gone by Tuesday possibly. Yeah. That's somewhere we're struggling with it. Like,
we're struggling fullback wise, and he's definitely wanting the two of them out. So hopefully Phil will. We've spoken about this before the start of the season, or hopefully, and they've identified one or two players, at least one, definitely two. We definitely need a couple of fullbacks and better than we've got. And that, as I said, Wednesday, I think it was, that I think Jeff will be a player. He's just a bit inconsistent, but I think he will be a really good player. And then Yilmaz, I thought Yilmaz was decent, but he's never had the time in the pitch. He's been injured all the time and never had a run of games. So I think it's time for the wee man to go as well. But I'm sure Phil and the rest of the guys have identified who they're going to sign.
I've seen a few people on social media as well saying they were hoping that Bailey Rice went out on loan, so he was getting a bit of game time, but that could be that injury now.
Well, he did get injured, didn't he? So hopefully it's not too serious. But I think he'd rather play and try and stay and fight and get in the Rangers team. It's not the same as going to the Championship or going to somebody else in the league. If he wants to be a Rangers player, he's better staying and fighting and showing the manager what he can do.
I see for one of the Alloa goals. Did you see Dill? He wasn't even facing the ball; he was facing the player. I don't think I've ever seen that in a corner.
Okay. It does happen a lot. Sorry, Charlie. It does happen a lot, doesn't it? You see that players that they're not even kind of focusing on the ball. It should be half and half, ball man. But it was pathetic. That's it. There's no other word for it. It was absolutely pathetic defending. And even when the first contact's won, and then where's the reaction? The boy's standing on the goal line and just taps it in. So where is the reaction? Where is the marking? Shambles. Honestly, it's like and I don't care who you're playing at the back. You could play midfielders, you could play forwards, and they would defend better than that. It's an absolute shambles.
Joe Rothwell got man in the match yesterday.
Oh, well done.
What did you think about him, Charlie?
He's still not filling me with enthusiasm material, isn't he? And technically, he looks a good technical fitter player. It just doesn't. It looks miles off the pace
Why
of the
game. Why not playing left back? Why not let Bailey Rice go in there and flourish? Why not give the young boy an opportunity? You're playing Alloa. Part-timers, by the way. Probably guys who come off a shift, some of them, on a Saturday morning. Put the young boy in there. Put Rothwell at left back and let the young man go and express himself. But they don't do it. Don't get it.
He has to think outside the box as well, the man. Sometimes he's just playing a 4-3 all the time. We could have played free at the back yesterday if he was going to start with Bailey Rice. Played free at the back, put Bailey Rice into midfield, as you say, and give the wee man a proper chance, because putting him at left back's not the answer. Although he's probably comfortable here because he's a technically gifted football player, the wee man. But he play him where he wants to play game, but give the wee man a chance to shine. Unfortunately, that's not what's happened, because he did obviously end up getting an injury, hopefully not too bad. But I just think we seem all over the place. The 49ers, they're spending money, to be fair to them. But I'm still to be convinced that there's many good ones.
I sent you guys a wee message last night about Finlay Curtis no celebrating his goal last night, which I thought was a bit strange. It looked like he was about to start and then he kind of just stopped. And I put that out in social media last night as well, just to see what people thought. And the amount of...
What was the feedback then? Because right away, before I listened to you, I've asked you a question, but right away I went, that boy's no too happy. He's not enamoured with how things are going at the moment. He'll be a wee bit frustrated. But that guy's Rangers through and through. You think when he scored the goal in the European game, look at the joy in his face. And last night, it was the total opposite. Why is that?
I think it was going to maybe a wee bit embarrassment.
In the background, he feels he's maybe not getting a fair crack at the whip. I mean, why did they start Cortez yesterday? Cortez is not even in the European squad, didn't you know?
But Derek,
it's a guy that's probably not get he's not going to play a big part in Rangers' future. Why don't you play the young fella?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Charlie. I think he might have been a wee bit embarrassed because he expects Rangers to be winning that game 5-6, nothing or whatever. No disrespect to Alloa, but Rangers should really be battering these teams. And I think it might have just been a wee bit of relief or embarrassment because we didn't put the game to bed until late on, and I think the fans were kind of in the pub by 10 minutes before the end of that game.
Do you know, and that's the kind of comments I was getting online. It was a lot of people were saying they think it's because he was scunnered because he only got the last 7 minutes. You know, and same way like what you were saying, we should be beating teams like that, like 5-6-0 comfortably, you know. So I think it was more the kind of.
And I think Finlay Curtis, obviously he didn't start yesterday. He'll start in bigger games than that. He'll play more important roles in this season. I'm sure he will. So I don't think he'd be. Obviously, you want to play every game, but there'll be bigger games for that wee guy to play it. And it's disappointing that Gassama looks decent, so does Ant-Man. But as I said, the first couple of weeks, that it's just going to push wee Curtis further down the pecking order, which we don't want because we want the Scottish boys in the team as well.
I think when Curtis is playing, there's a bit of excitement in the team, I think, you know, because he's willing to drive forward with the ball. And,
it's direct.
Aye. Do you know, and it's just lacking that, you know. Mikey Moore, I thought he done really well in the first half. He wasn't scared of taking a shot on Derek Winton.
A lot to like about the boy. I don't know. I'm not making comparisons. I'm guilty of this sometimes. He's kind of like a kind of Jack Grealish type player, you know. But he sees the pass. He can take boys on. I think he's kind of Charlie's type of player, isn't he? He's got a wee bit of imagination about him. He's got a big future. And listen, it wasn't a great game probably for him. I think actually what I'm trying to get to is I think seeing you play him in the bigger games, the important games, I think he'll absolutely flourish. So he will. Yeah. I liked him. What I like about the boy.
You know, the kind of the chat that was going about yesterday as well was one of the former Rangers players actually went and spoke to Russell Martin on behalf of the players to say they're not happy with the tactics and the style of play they're expecting to do, you know. So it's not mind. Aye, well, it was quite a good source, you know. But for what I heard, it wasn't just Raskin, you know. So that's worrying.
One former Rangers player.
Aye, I'll tell you after.
well, the manager's not going to change his style for anybody, so I don't know why.
Well, that was meant to be in his response as well.
He's not going to change. He's not going to change for the fans. He's not going to change for the board. He's not going to change for the players. He's got his mindset, unfortunately, and that's the way he wants to play, and that's it. So we've got a lot to work on, but it's not looking great at the moment. But fingers crossed he can get his playing better, winning better, a wee bit of style. But the guy, he's 2 games away from getting us into the Champions League. So fingers crossed he can get his other line with a good result on Tuesday night and then away leg the following week. But we'd really have to start playing better as a team.
Aye. I think the Champions League's great, you know, but we need to be winning league challenge, don't we, as well?
Oh, 100%. You need the league. We want the league every year. It's simple. It's between us and Celtic every year. It should be. The last few years it hasn't been because they've been miles ahead of us, maybe apart for the time in Clermont. They blew it under Clermont, but it's just disappointing. It's a disappointing start.
Aye. Derek, obviously we need about 4 or 5 more players brought in, whether they do it or not. But is this not getting a bit close to the bone, you know, with the transfer window finishing in the 1st of September? Is that not when we start panic buying?
Aye, and we need to sort out that defence. Because I said right at the top of the show, we're a shambles defensively in every aspect. You know, whether it's set pieces, we don't defend them. And for open play, we look all over the place. It's really surprising, isn't it, when you think about Russell Martin being a defender? You think that would have been first and foremost in his kind of mindset that we're going to kind of shore up, we'll be really solid, and then we'll have all this. We can bring in these players that will have this imagination, this flair that can, you know, entertain the fans. We just look we look miles off it. I'm actually really worried, by the way. I'll tell you what, I've got the fear, honestly, because if we don't get a couple of experienced defenders in, I really fear for us. I know that they're talking about the boat. Is Mendy been confirmed? I'm not sure.
I think that's been blown. I think that's
it's not happening. But well, according to the Sun this morning, it said it's not happening.
Aye, well, listen, we need defenders in, guys that can defend. Aaron's that's come in. I don't think he's. listen, I'm trying to give the boy a bit of leeway. I get when you move club and different country, you come to Rangers, we get it, but it just he's not cutting it for me at the minute. So I'm genuinely really worried because I think we could take a sore one somewhere down the line, and I don't want that, and that's why I'm saying I've got the fear. I think we've got good players going forward, and we can maybe we can be creative and a bit of flair, and we can, you know, entertain the fans. But defensively, I don't know about us. I'm scared.
I think the next 3 weeks is going to be a massive test for Russell Martin. There's Kelso saying Warburton, Kashina, Murray, Gerrard, Gio, Beale, Clement, Ferguson, and now Martin. 9 managers in 10 years, 7 permanent.
Ferguson was no bad, wasn't he? He done all right. Didn't
Our support has made the position as Rangers manager a poison chalice. Do you think before 10 years ago, how many managers? 10 or something? No, we were lucky. But football has changed as well, Charlie, isn't it?
Oh, it's demanding because there's so much money. You play for that. It's as simple as that. And you have to win leagues. If you don't win leagues, you get sacked. It doesn't make a difference if you finish second. A point being there, you're still losing the league.
No.
And Rangers is all about success. And if managers don't bring that success, then off you pop.
Ricki, ask you a question. Right, now we get Russell Martin, and would you have went with Barry, Neely and Billy and gave them that opportunity to recruit in the summer and then to give them maybe even a year, you know, in the job to see how they did? Because I thought they did pretty well. I think there was a kind of a good feel factor around about the club with the guys in charge here. And what happened was when we brought Russell Martin in, and I get all that, we've got to back him, but it kind of dipped for me. I just thought the guys that came in, the 49ers, I think they should have kind of maybe took a wee bit more time and thought, right, listen, let's go with this, let's roll with this for a period of time, even a season, to see how the boys done. Because, and it's just my opinion, I just think, and I'll go back to it, we look an absolute shambles. We didn't look like that at the back under Barry, Neely and Billy. We looked more secure, and we looked there was a better foundation, and I just don't see it. And that's why I'm saying to you, that's why I've got the fear at the minute, because we look so vulnerable, and I think we could be on the end of a sore one. So we could.
What I think is, personally, I was expecting a bigger name, you know. But I was expecting a bigger name, and with Barry, I don't think it would have been fair on Barry to put him in the job now with the duds that are in that team. You know, I would rather Barry goes away.
Give him that
a chance.
What Russell Martin's had already. Let him. No, and I'm not just talking about Barry. I'm talking about them.
I'm the Kenneth I would have went Derek.
Aye.
Because I just think Neely, Billy, and me Barry, I just think it was just a good mix. And by the way, you look at Barry, would he attract players? I think so. By the way, I just thought it's just my opinion. Maybe it's just the way I feel at the minute. I just think it was a missed opportunity.
I do think Barry Ferguson will be a Rangers manager, but I think he'll go somewhere else first and get more experience. But you're right, it's saying like the team that he got as well, the coaching staff and everything was like bang on, and they know what it means to play for Rangers. But I would just hate to put Barry in that position now with the players that he had and the players that we can't seem to get in as well. You know, we're not actually. It's all like loan players and things like this. No, we're not building a team up, Charlie.
But Ant-Man impressed me his first couple of games. So is Gassama. But that's the only two. Honestly, Giga for me doesn't win enough headers. Doesn't win, attack the ball well enough to win headers. I thought the other night against Pilsen, he lost nearly every single header.
Correct.
The left back positions, we cannot see it. It's in a terrible state, and with Jeffy going as well. So Felwell's been in long enough now to identify if maybe they've been trying to sign certain players and they've not been successful with them. They bought the boy Fernandez for £3.5 million, and he starts his first game yesterday. projects. We've not got a project, no time for a project. So we need to get players in, winning, as Derek say, maybe a couple of experienced defenders in. Suter's obviously going to be, he's experienced, but you can't always depend on a big man because he's prone to the odd mistake. But we should have identified players better than we have.
When I was in the Loudon yesterday, Derek, somebody actually made a good point to me. When was the last time we signed a manager that was currently a manager for a previous, like another team? You know, all the managers we've signed have been unemployed managers. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Which...
Aye. Well, there you go. It's like...
Did we not take Giovanni Feyenoord, maybe?
Is it?
Can't remember.
I can't remember. Anyway, I'm going to try and get Davey on. He was on the fans here at Loudon.
I want to hear that rant.
I don't know if he's hiding, but I can see a picture of Ibrox. Are you there, Davey?
Davey, you there?
That's a no then. I'll get him back on later on. But just to fill the gap, I sent you guys a wee message yesterday and I actually asked this question in the Loudon yesterday. Who would be your all-time five-a-side team if you could pick any Rangers player? So I'm going to put on Big Robert for the co-owner of the Loudon Tavern. I'll let him go first and then I'll let you two guys say who your top five would be. All right, but it was quite interesting because I actually got into trouble on social yesterday because I never chose Loudrup, you know, but everybody's got their own opinions. But here's Big Robert for the Loudon.
If I had to pick a five-a-side team for all the players I've seen playing for Rangers, I would go with a passing team because five-a-side's about passing. It's not about speed, it's not about running about, it's about passing. But you need a good keeper, and I'd have Andy Gorham. Best shot stopper I think I've seen. I'd go with Dave Smith, which might surprise a lot of people. Dave was a very elegant player, could pass the ball anywhere in the park. That would be important in a five-a-side to keep the ball. My midfield, I would, I'd have one at the back, two in the middle, one up front. The middle of the team, I would have Ray Wilkins and Davy Cooper. Great passes of the ball. Davy could turn the guy no bother. And up front, although McCoy and Derek Johnson are my favourites, I would go with Mikey Moles. Five-a-side, great turn. He could lose anybody in a short space. So that would be my five-a-side. Probably the best one you'll ever get, right enough, but that would be my choice.
Brilliant.
It's an interesting team selection, wasn't it?
Aye, brilliant, because sorry, Charlie, and he had a lot of people might be surprised because he had Derek Johnson in there, didn't he?
Aye.
I mean, I played with Big DJ.
No, but did he pick Derek?
I did. Spoke with Derek Johnson. So he did.
I said that. He said, I love Derek Johnson and Al McCoy's.
But they said, right. So I think you mentioned Derek Johnson, because Derek Johnson's in my team, and that might surprise a few. Derek Johnson was, I don't think we actually, the reason I picked that team, because I heard your teams as well. I played with the guys, and I played against them. And I know you've got Laudrup, Gascoigne, I know I played with them, I played against them. And amazing players. But when you play with certain guys, Derek Johnson was a brilliant centre forward. I tell you what, he's a brilliant centre half as well. Derek Johnson was amazing.
Everybody says that he would have broke the goal scoring record if he was always constantly striker.
Ricki, he was, I've got to swear there, Big DJ was absolutely top class. Honestly, he was brilliant. And a big guy, I know we talk about with the head and all that. Technically, he was so gifted and a great finisher. He could finish, by the way. He had a calmness about him.
You remember your team, Charlie? Aye.
I've done Gorham, Gascoigne, Laudrup, Durrant, McCoy's.
Aye.
And Cooper a sub.
I know, you'd a sub.
Don't even go there. David Cooper is a sub. Fucking hell, man. I knew I'm swearing.
Well, I went Laudrup as well. So you can't, Laudrup, Gaza, Durrant and McCoy's, come on, and Gorham.
David Cooper should never be on the bench when you come to that. David Cooper was head and shoulders above anybody else. Honestly, I know
some player, 100%. But remember,
it's a wee bit easier for me to say that because I played with, I witnessed the magic that he had about him. He was incredible, and I get the Gascoigne, I get the Laudrup. Durrant, he was phenomenal. David Cooper, nobody gets near him.
I'm saying I witnessed the guys that I played with, and Laudrup and Gascoigne were in absolute Durrant.
Don't even. They're never near Coop.
Well,
never near Coop. Honestly.
Well, I think Laudrup was better, to be honest with you.
Than Coop.
Aye.
Deary me, man. Right. Fucking hell.
Right. I'll just bring on Davey before Derek starts an argument here. All right. How you doing, Davey?
Hi, David.
Oh, the sound's not working, Davey. This is going great, this.
I've just made Derek surf. What?
David Cookman's phenomenal.
Nah, Davey, you're... Oh, can we hear you now, Davey? No. Davey, leave the room and come back in. You know.
And what about Souness? You've got to get Souness in there. Graham Souness, phenomenal.
It's only 5 players, but...
No just for manager, but what a player he was. Graham Souness, David Cooper, oh my God.
Well, I was probably more defensive because I was Gorham, David Robertson, Richard Gough.
Ricki, were you a wee bit surprised by one of the names I named? Can you remember?
Russell.
Bobby Russell. Oh my God. What a player Bobby was. Got him for Shelton Juniors. Big joke got him in. Bobby was tremendous, honestly.
I'm never doubting Cooper and Bobby Russell on the brilliant players.
You're your team. I'm not happy with that.
Unbelievable players, and I've no doubt about that. But I'm just saying what I witnessed as and on the pitch. And
David Cooper.
I was a bit young for Cooper and Bobby Russell and that as well, remember.
What was it like, Charlie, for coming up as a Rangers fan, your idol's Durant, and then you end up playing with him? What was that like?
Look, he's a daddy. I loved him. I love him. I still do.
I was with him on Friday night for a wee gig, and he was in top form. So he was, the wee man. Oh, it was absolutely sensational. By the way, what I spoke about with Durant, and we all know how good a player he was. But I tell you what he had some character. See, he come back for what happened to him in terms of injury-wise, and then to come back to still perform at that level. What a character wee Durant has got. That's what we need. We need characters.
All right, Davey?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, we can hear you now. So, Davey was on live in the Loudon last week at their fans view, and you texted me last night saying you want to have a rant. So, here's your space, Davey.
There we go. That's it. Just as Derek's been handed the baby as well.
Carol, what are you doing? He'll not look after her. Hello.
Just need to get a bottle. That's my wee Italian girl, wee Lorena.
Wee what?
Wee Lorena.
Hello, pal.
Right.
There you go. Right, you getting your bottle. She's wanting her bottle.
Tell her to get her dad signing for Rangers.
I don't have a bottle. I'm breastfed.
Anyway, right, Davey.
Move on.
Right. How you doing, mate?
No bad. How's everybody okay?
Good, Davey. Aye.
Good stuff. Where do you actually start with that? Walking up yesterday, seeing the team, we knew Bailey Rice is a centre midfielder. He's been shunted out. He was playing right in front of me in the enclosure. You could see the lad wasn't happy right for the start. So Ricki had made a point earlier about one of the ex-players approaching the management team as well. I heard the same yesterday at the game for a very good source as well. And that kind of worries me. That absolutely worries me that when the players are going to one of the ex-players to tell them to approach the manager already and he's dismissing it, there's a bit of discontent in there already after 3 domestic games. Butland's been our best player in about 5 out of 6 games so far. There's nothing from that midfield. He's changing. When you 2 lads played, how often did your gaffer ever switch a full midfield?
No, never really.
It didn't happen.
No.
Even if the lotties were having stinkers, he still kept that base there, kept 2 or 3 on and switched either 1 or 2 to try and change it. Martin's coming in and he switched the full midfield against Motherwell and then against Dundee. It doesn't work. You cannot change a midfield mid-game. It just does not work. Nothing's happening. Rothwell doesn't sit well for me as a number 6 as well. We've got a number 6 in Raskin, and he's been shunted into number 8 on the left-hand side where he's not comfortable. Playing Diamondi in the right where he's not comfortable. You've got 3 players right away playing in new positions. It's just...
Well, I agree with that. I agree with the midfield situation. Raskin for me is still better than Rothwell. What I've seen of Rothwell so far, Diamandi probably has to play right in front of, would you call it, Raskin, as in just in front of him. Yeah. And then you have to people either side. But we don't change our system. There's no change in system. It's 4-3-3. That is it. you've got to have more ideas about football than that. We should be playing 2 at the back, 2 up top, 2 wingers. We should, against Alloa especially, you know, and I'm not disrespecting Alloa. They done well yesterday, to be fair to them.
They did.
They had a go. And they had a go. So, but we've got to be better in all areas, with the ball, without the ball. And that's the problem. But without the ball, we don't work hard enough.
They don't react, Charlie. They don't react quick enough. They don't sniff danger, and that's a problem. But that's something that you can work on. That can be worked on daily, and you implement that, and you get it into their brain, so that it becomes natural. It becomes an instinct. You have no get possession of the ball. Boom, you're back in your position. You're ready to react to it. You've got that intensity. Rangers are just, it's like it's like slow motion. It's like after you, Jack. And that's the frustration, not just for me, for all the fans that are going to watch it. It's not good enough.
But Derek, see what Davey said as well, the number 6. There was never a number 6 role when we played. You played 4-4-2 or 4-3-1-2 or whatever. You were a midfielder, you got the ball off the back 4, you went forward. Anybody could get on the ball and take the ball. It was just natural. You went box to box, 1 second balls, and then play. But just football's overcomplicated now. It's been the same kind of way for ever. It's the same game. It's just people are trying to change it because they all think they're Pep Guardiola because he's some of the best players in the world.
Right. Davey, you've been a season ticket holder for probably over 40 years or something. You've got your family, you've got season tickets for the boys and that as well. So you've probably spent about 80 grand or something in all those years. And I think everybody was excited when they heard about the 49ers coming in and were expecting massive changes and were expecting the big signing manager and everything, but it's just not happening. When was the last time you can remember a team as bad as this, like in your whole time being a Rangers fan?
The last time I was this kind of downhearted was probably during Kashinya's time. If you remember the game at Motherwell when he made the substitutions around about 30 minute mark and played something like, was it a 2-3-5? And I thought to myself during that, this guy hasn't got a clue about football. Absolutely no clue. Now, can you imagine, I don't think the squad's that bad, but can you imagine Walter Smith taking that squad and playing that way? Walter Smith would adapt to what you've got. The defence, Big Suter and Jigger, good defenders. Let them defend. Let Raskin play as a midfielder. Let the 2 wingers play as wingers.
Aye, put the players in the right positions, aye.
Exactly. Adapt to what you've got.
Square pegs, round holes.
If you remember when Smith came back the second time, what was the first thing he went and done? He went and brought in big Davy Weir and Ugo Ekiog to shore up the defence. Experienced defenders, guys that knew exactly what they were doing. And then you guys like Thompson and Davis in the midfield. Superb. We're just relying on youth, and I think Russell Martin's going to hang these guys out to dry, to be honest.
Right, and you know, I spoke to quite a lot of fans yesterday when I was doing the fans view at the Loudon, and you know, I spoke to a guy, same thing. He's been a season ticket probably as long as you, Davey, and he said, you know, and he's in corporate, so he's paying about £400 a ticket, right, every game. And he said, you know, this is the last season. I can't. If this doesn't get any better, I can't do this. I'd rather spend time with my family at the weekend, you know. And I've never.
There's a lot of people like it because a lot of people are saying it's a great day out when you're in hospitality and that, and then the football's a spoiling point.
Football starts and that's it ruined.
That's it.
So what do we do, Davey, to fix it?
Come on, fix it, Davey.
There is only one answer, isn't there? And it's not the answer everybody wants to hear. You need to change your manager. That's it.
Do you think if we don't win against Old Firm at the end of the month, it's...
Well, I'm more worried about going away to St Mirren. St Mirren's going to pump high balls into the box and we will just absolutely crumble.
Aye.
What do you think? We've got 5 games coming up here that are quite important. We've got Bruges on Tuesday, got St Mirren away next Saturday. We've got them the following week with Bruges in between. I can't see Rangers picking up 1-1. I can see us beating Bruges on Tuesday, and that's it.
We need to get Big Marvin in here to cheer us up, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But when was the last time we had to start to a season and everybody's this downhearted?
No. I think I'm going to do a wee special Sunday night Rangers helpline.
I've got a good therapist I could put you on to, by the way.
Send it through.
But David, that's what it feels like, isn't it? Every my last 2-3 Saturday nights, it just went like that, bang, because there is
flat as a pancake.
Aye.
And the Sunday as well.
See the start of the Pilsman game after Motherwell, the crowd was absolutely flat in that as well.
We spoke about that last week. We spoke about that last week as well.
But the thing is, that's how you drink beer. Plenty of it.
Need a beer.
Me and David a few too many beers last Saturday night. So
Richie, I found the receipts that we were in, that we had in Oswald's. They were disgraceful, by the way. Absolutely disgraceful for 3 people.
16.90
for 3 people.
Try doubling that, Charlie. Just for 3 people.
Oh, that's right. You were buying shots, weren't you? Day one, and I was out for about 4 days after that. Anyway, David, thanks for joining us, and I'll see you soon.
Cheers, David.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, David. Bye bye.
David's a good guy. I've been mates with him since the age of 2.
Taking shots. No, that. What's that all about?
I know. I normally just stick to Budweiser, and then I wake up the next day and I'm fine. But see, when somebody gives me just one different drink, it just. But my 2 mates always look after me and make sure I get him. So aye.
Well, used to trapdoored that other week anyway. I know that.
I know. No, he's a big trapdoor. Remember the trapdoor when we were doing a live gig?
I love that. I love it.
By the way, Falkirk or something.
Just left.
Just left.
Derek Trapdoor Ferguson. I love that.
Isn't it half now?
I'm going to get a T-shirt made for you with just trapdoor. I mean, there used to be a kids program called Trapdoor.
I'm an guy. You got to remember my age. I'm getting on, Ricky, man. I can't keep up with you young bucks. So,
right, we'll quickly go into Bruges. Charlie Bruges.
Oh God.
It's brilliant.
Well, they'll be up for it. Well, we know that the boys are up for it, and we just have to get at them right away. Like the Pilsen, the way we done against Pilsen, we got the fans behind us. So I think it'll be a hard game. They're decent. I would take a 1-0, but obviously the defence isn't the greatest at the moment, defending wise. But I'm going to go 3-1 to Rangers.
Have we even pushed the score prediction button yet, Charlie?
All right, so
Score predictions brought to you by Avia Signs.
So just forget you heard Charlie's
I'm changing it anyway. I'm changing it.
Right, which is going to be, Charlie?
2-0 to Rangers.
2-0 Rangers. Right, Fergie, how do we approach the game then?
I don't know. I've not got a. As I said earlier, I'm fearing it. I'm not too confident. Listen, I just don't want to get beat. Just keep the tie alive. Get into the second leg. I've not got a clue. I don't know what's coming for this Rangers side. It's such a mixed bag, but I just feel that defensively we're not secure enough. I think we will concede. So, listen, just take it into the second leg, just so that we've got an opportunity, and I'll be happy with that.
I'm going to go for 2-1 because whenever a team opens up and plays against us, to us, of course, I always think when a team like Bruges or that, they come and they want to play football, they'll not be like parking the bus, and I think that's when we do play better. But thanks for joining us on a Sunday, by the way, Derek. I know you've got your grandkids there.
I need you to sign these strips as well. You'll probably never be able to sign them because you're never in here.
No. Look at it.
I need to look after my grandchildren. I'm going at the back now. Oh, that's
I think this is your top. Anyway, no, thanks again to all our sponsors, the Loudon Tavern at Ibrox, Plugged In Business Solutions, DB Dental Care, Mr. Sings India, and Avia Signs. And remember, we're going to be live in the Loudon Tavern on the 26th of September. It's going to be myself, Charlie, Derek, and our special guest, Alex Ray. Tickets are only £10, and you can get them at. It's going to be some night. Once you see these two guys, by the way, obviously you'll hear the questions that we hear on this show, but the things that you discuss at these live gigs, never allowed to be broadcast. But it's always a great night. So try and get your tickets because they're selling really fast. It's just go to www.allaboutthegers.co.uk and we'll be back again next week with hopefully a 2-1 win.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Aye, so we'll be back on Wednesday.
Hopefully a 5-0 win, but anyway, let's see.
All right, take
Derek,
care.
enjoy your day, Derek.
I will do, guys. Take care.
See you later,
Love
mate.
you.